So I'm going to go into here and I'm going to click on the source thing that enables me to take me to my original thing. So last time what we looked at is how we can have a very, very basic mark book. So we've got so we've got a very, very basic mark book. We've got a date along the side. I did it in different formats to show you that they're all dates basically. Now, and I also did a bit of conditional formatting on the right, which basically shows you how you can make large numbers look one color, small numbers look a different color. So we did that. You don't want to do conditional formatting on these numbers. So conditional formatting is just basically getting something to look a certain way based on something inside the cell. So maybe I could just very basically demonstrate conditional formatting in general. Let's say I wrote the words yes and the word no there. And I wanted yes to go in green, and yeah, just let's start off with that. So I want to just pick, in fact, let's just pick all of these cells here, go to format, conditional formatting, little option comes up here. And first of all, it's the default setting is anything that's not empty, make that color, okay? I want it to be specifically that if this is yes, I want it to be in green. So I'm going to choose the format cells if, click there, and now text contains, so if text contains, and yes. Now, whenever I type in yes, within this selection, within this range, then it's going to go green. So yes, enter, it goes green. If I misspell, if I write yeah, it doesn't go green. Okay, so you can imagine how that could be quite useful. Let's say that you've got a table here and you want it to color code a certain way depending on what's in it, right? Now, I don't really, that's not something I want to really use. So I can always look at my conditional formatting by opening up there and you can see what's there. So we're going to delete that by clicking on the bin over there. And that's gone. And delete that because we don't need any of that. Another thing you can do in Google Sheets, which you can't do on Excel, is you can see we've got all these other rows at the moment, and sometimes people find that confusing and they can't find their table. They're like, oh, where's the table gone? So what I do is I just get rid of all the columns by clicking the thing there. I've highlighted the whole column now, and then go all the way across. And now I've highlighted all the columns that I don't want. I right click and I click delete and select delete columns. So I've got rid of the columns on the right, so I can't scroll across now. There's only these columns. I can always, if I want, maybe you think, well, maybe I want those other columns. That's not a problem. I can always add a column, right click there. If I want another column, I can insert right, so put a column on the right, or insert left, put a column on the left. But for now, I'm not using them, so I just say get rid of them if you're not using them. Same with the rows. Click on the thing there, the number, to show the number. So this is row number 12. I'm going to do shift and down, do that. If I do shift control down, it goes all the way to the bottom. So we don't want 1,000 rows, do we? We don't need that many. I've highlighted all the ones that I don't want. Right click and delete rows. Okay, and now I've only got the rows and columns that are needed on my table. If I want extra ones, I just add them. So now another thing I don't like really is I don't like how these dates are in a different format. So I'm just going to put, and now I've got my table there. I want to sort out this. I want to tidy this up. So I'm going to click on A to highlight the whole of the column A. And I'm going to go to format. And I want to change how it looks. So I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'm on format. And then I go to number. And then we go down to date. And we want it just to be all the same date. So let's pick that standard date one. Now they're all the same. Okay. So I've got my dates. I've got my topics. Next thing we want to do really, I'm just going to hide this thing here. Can I hide this somehow? Okay, I need to get rid of that really, because I need to click on the things behind it. So, so there we've got the different topics. Remember that we chose these topics before. And I shouldn't have said test 1, that's not a topic, is it? Let's say that test was on physics, and this test is on chemistry. Now these are all my topics, and if I do, oh, this one's changed automatically. Let's try that again. I'm just going to do a little bit of something else here. Yeah, just do that. Right, cool. So I'm going to make that physics. I'm going to make that chemistry. Oops. Chemistry. Right, now these are all my different topics. There's obviously lots more topics. I'm going to just copy them with Control-C. And over here, I'm going to make a new one. So this is what I did is I clicked on topics down below, and I've got my other sheet. Make this one little heading, topics, and paste with Control-V. And there it is. So what about this topics? Maybe it's also got a subject, right? Fractions is maths. Algebra is also maths. And I don't think about physics. Physics is a subject, not a topic, isn't it? So let's make that energy. And chemistry is also a subject, so we're going to make that reactions. Okay, so we've got a very small topic table. I'm going to just make it just a little bit larger. Remember to, if you highlight that with your shift and by clicking with your mouse, go up here, we can give it some borders. I'm going to highlight the top row, make it bold. I'm going to get rid of let's try that again. I'm going to get rid of the columns by clicking the column and Control-Shift right takes me all the way to the end. Right click, delete columns. Same down here. Click 10, Shift, Control, down, right click, and then we got rid of that. Now, we're going to do something really clever now. We're going to click on this, Shift, to go to there. I'm going to highlight the whole table, and we're going to tell Google Sheets that this is my result. This is my topics table. So if you want to find out, so I want to say Google Sheets, if you want to find out something about my topics, then you're going to find it here. Okay. Actually, I'm going to change it slightly. I'm going to say, first of all, that one should say topic. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to tell Google Sheets that this is my topics table. Okay. In fact, now this time I am going to add a couple more columns. So right click, and so we might want to say things about this topics table later on. I'm just going to put question marks at the top there so they know that it's something. And I'm also going to color it in a yellow, I think, light yellow. All right, so this is my topics table. Now the way I'm going to label that is by highlighting all of it, Shift, highlight all of it, and then I go to Data, and then I go to what do I want? Where do I want to? It's named ranges. So named ranges. So Data, named range. Click there. It tells me that I know that I've clicked the right one. It's A1 to D1, and it's within the topics section. Good. So I'm in the right one. I'm going to call this topics. Topics, and you can't do a space. Space doesn't work. So you have to do topics. Then you can do maybe a dash table. Okay. And then it looks like I can't do dashes either. So you can do something called an underscore. If you do a shift shift dash, then that'll do an underscore. Most people don't know what underscores are, but yeah. Okay. Well done. So you got your topics table there, and you've now got that means now Google Sheets knows that is what I'm going to call my topics table. I've given it a name. All right. Now, if I go back to assessments, just to demonstrate this, I'm going to I'm going to just add, oh, look at the bottom here, by the way. I can add, if I wanted to, straight away, I could add 1,000 rows. So, but I don't want to add 1,000 rows. Let's just add 10 rows. Oh, yeah? So, so I'm just going to add 10 more rows because I want to demonstrate something. So underneath here, I can do something really cool here. I can go equals, and I'm going to say, because now I know Google Sheets knows which bit is the topics table, I'm going to start typing topics table. And there it is, the thing that I've named. So now when I click it, watch what happens, and then press enter. Oh, damn it. Okay, looks like I need to, there's a couple of things I still need to learn about Google Sheets. So sometimes you can get it to actually produce the entire table in front of you. We can't do that. But what we can do is something a little bit different. What I will demonstrate is something slightly different. I'm going to use something else called a VLOOKUP. So this is we're going to add another column here. So I did that without explaining what I did. Right click, left click, right click, and then insert left. And now it gives another column, and I'm going to call that subject. Now, we're going to say that I want this subject to be automatically come up by depending on what topic is written in there. So this is the formula you use. You go equals VL, and then straight away you can pick lookup, VLOOKUP. And I want it to I want it to take this bit of information. So I click on that one there, which is B2 on my table. Then I do comma. And then this is when I get to type in my table. So I'm going to say, topics table. There it is. So it's saying, take that word fractions and look inside the topics table, and then comma. And then I want it to look on the second column. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to press O while explaining what that is there at the end. I'll press enter. And look, it knows that it's maths. So maths pops up, which is quite handy. I can then go Control C, Control V. That one's also maths. Control V again. Oh, that one is an error because that's not a topic. Okay, and this one? Yeah. Right, so now we've got these automatically generated topics. Now the problem is it's only going to work if I pick a topic that's from my topic list. So I'm going to change something else. I'm going to go down to here. I'm going to delete all of those, and I'm going to introduce something else. So far we've learned about conditional formatting. We've learned about calculating a percentage, and we've also learned about date formats. We've learned about a VLOOKUP. We've learned about a name range. We're now going to learn about something called, so there's a lot of stuff we've been learning in this lesson. We're going to learn data validation. Actually, I'm going to highlight all these ones here. I'm going to go to data, and then data validation. And what this is doing is saying, when Google's going to only allow me to type certain things in these cells. So I want it to be from a range. I want it to be a list of things I can pick from, and and then we're going to say, where is that list going to be collected from? From a range. So I click on the little crisscross thing. And now it's going to say what range. So I could highlight any range, but I'm going to go to topics. And I'm going to go to this all the way down to here. So A2 to A9, and then press OK. And then press save. And go back to assessments. And we've got here some topics. And now notice that now I've done that thing, I've got a little arrow, which means if I click on that arrow, there are all the topics that I chose. So I click on fractions as one of my choices, and maths comes up for my VLOOKUP. And algebra, well, that's algebra. And maths comes up again. Test 1, and let's say it was energy. Physics, it tells me it's physics. And let's say reactions, it tells me it's chemistry. That's pretty cool. Maybe we can chuck in some conditional formatting here, because I think chemistry should really be orange, and we want to be able to see straight away from a glance what that test was all about. So I'm going to highlight, and this time I'm going to highlight these 3 columns. So I clicked on the name of the column, held on to Shift, and clicked on where I wanted to go to. And now I'm going to go to Format. Remember how to get to conditional formatting. Format, conditional formatting. Now it's all default is, if it's not empty, highlight it light green. That's not what I want to do really. I don't want to do a color scale either. I'm not doing this kind of conditional formatting. I'm going to set a few different rules, and it's going to be, if it's chemistry, I want it to be orange, please. So, but also something even cleverer. I want not just, so if I did it, let's see what happens if I did this. Look, so text contains, and if I did chemistry, just highlighted that, and I want it to be orange. That's a bit dark, isn't it? Maybe I can make it orange and make the text white, and maybe make it bold. So anything with chemistry written in it will do that. But I want the reactions to be orange as well. I want test 2 to be orange as well. So I need to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to go to, not text contains, I want to go to custom formula is. So we scroll down, we go to custom formula is. Now it's getting a lot tricky. This is probably the hardest thing we've done so far. We're going to do equals, and we're going to find the topic which would have the subject in. And in my case, it's C. The column is C. Now, also what I want to do is I want that column to be what I say locked. Now, when I say locked, I basically won't talk about too much what that locked means for now, but I want you to do a $sign before it. And I'm going to put C. And we're going to start at the very top. So 1. So C1. Now your subject might be in D1 or E1 or whatever, but I'm going to put C1 because that's where mine is, subject. Okay, and I'm going to say that's equal to, I'm going to say, and then we have to do quotation marks, double quotation marks, as in the shift number 2, and we type in chemistry. It doesn't matter about capital letters, I don't think. I'm going to keep them all lowercase. Now look, if it works, all those ones have gone orange for me. Okay. Now that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do, because that formula is now written and prepared for me, I'm going to highlight the formula and then copy it with Control C, because I'm going to do the same thing for physics and maths. Click done. Add another rule. And so we've done that for chemistry. We're going to add another rule. Repeat it for, let's do, because I copied the formula, I can do Control V. And then now what I can do is I can type in physics this time. Now it's just highlighting the physics one. I want the physics one to be a kind of a light blue, and keep the text as just, black. But let's make it bold like the chemistry one. And done. And another rule. So we go to scroll down, custom formula is, Control V. And notice how I can do Shift left, or I can do Shift Control left, and it highlights the word. And then I go this time maths, and now it's highlighting the maths. Whoops. Now the maths, I want it to be a sort of darker blue, but with white text, and bold again. So we've now got the conditional formatting for chemistry, physics, and maths. We might want to do one more while we're at it because we've copied the formula. Custom formula is Control V. We might want to do this as biology. And well, I'd actually quite like that color that they've suggested because it's kind of a nice light green, which is like biology, isn't it? And done. Now, what this means is that if I typed in biology there, bam, it goes green. If I typed in chemistry, oh, and also look, it says, oh, do you mean chemistry? And you go, yeah, I do actually, yeah, press enter, and it goes orange. That's quite handy, isn't it? What about even better? Let's use a bit of text validate. Let's use a bit of data validation so we don't even have to write in the whole thing. So let's highlight this one, shift down, and then we go to data validation, list from a range. We're not going to do list from range this time. We're going to do list of items. And we're going to type in biology, comma, chemistry, comma, physics, comma, maths. And we're going to click save. And now I don't have to type it out. I can go to anywhere, drop, and get to pick. Physics, it's gone blue. Biology, it's gone that. Oh, let's make the biology bold as well. Bold, done. Nice. Okay, so and so there we have a few more details now. So what's next? What else could we do with this results table? This is quite handy. So far, to be honest, with this lesson, we've really just looked at how we can make it pretty and eye-catching. I mean, it's not just colourful as nice, but the most important thing is it's giving us information, quick and easy information, because we want to be able to see what subjects am I doing well on, and so on and so forth, right? So we've got all these different tests. Let's imagine we did another test that maybe we did it today. How do we type in today's date? Can you remember how to type in today's date? 3, 2, 1, control, semicolon. And we've got today's date. So now we're going to pick another topic. We're going to pick another topic we redid because we didn't do so well on our chemistry topic. So we did another one on reactions and we did much better this time. Now, oh, that one isn't, of course, because this one, I just remembered, of course, this is using a VLOOKUP. So I'm going to just change that. That should be coming up automatically. So I can let's just do that again. I'm just going to copy that down like that, and then it gives me the formula. This is going to be test 3. And this test it's a small test. It was out of 10. And I got 9 because I've been revising. No formula at the moment because I haven't copied it down. 90%. My chemistry is looking a lot better now. What we would like to do now is going, well, how are things going in general with my subjects and with my topics? Am I getting better? So what we can do is we can go to our topics table and we have these extra columns, right? So we can say, let's have a look at, let's make this one average percentage. We're learning a lot on this, and we're doing quite a lot in this video at the moment, but I'm not getting any hands up so far, so I'm going to keep on going. And of course, you can always replay this video and watch it more at a slower pace. So we're going to introduce yet another formula. We've learned a lot in one lesson. We've probably learned about 3 times as much as we did last lesson. So we're going to type in equals average, A-V-E-R, and then it's average A, and we're going to type in average. I'm going to type in average if. No, actually, let's do average ifs. Average ifs. And we're going to now average something. What we're going to average, we're going to average something in assessments. So within the formula now, we click on assessments. Notice it's still got the formula of average ifs. I want it to average this entire column here. So I'm going to click on G2 and go down, 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 down to G11. I've got that. I'm also going to do something a bit weird. I'm not going to explain why this is right now, but I'm just going to tap F4 on my keyboard. And you want to do the same. So F4. And what it's done is it's given us all these dollar signs in it. Now, all that basically what that means is that that range is going to stay the same if I do other things. But I can explain more in a later lesson. We do comma. And now the next thing it says, it gives you all this nice little information here that gives me a bit more about it. If I want less information, I do that. If I want no information, I do that. And if I want to get it back again, I press the question mark. Now it says criteria range. So it's average if. So in other words, I want you to average it if something. I want you to look at this column here. So because we're going to look at the topics. So B2, shift, down to B11. And F4 again. And then comma. And now we're going to, let's see what it says. What's the next little argument? Next argument is criterion 1. So the criteria range is B. And then we go back to our topics and we click where it says fractions. And now I close my bracket and press enter. Now it says 0.8, but that's because it's not a percentage. So I highlight that, press, I want to click percentage. And then I'm going to reduce the decimal places like that. I'm aware I'm sort of speeding up the rate at which I'm going through this. So if you're a bit lost, raise your hand. Okay, we've got about another minute, so rewatch this video later on. Hopefully you got something out of the previous bit, and I will explain next week a bit more if you don't get it from watching the video. Cool. So I'm going to now just drag this down, and we've got some errors here because they doesn't know what to look for. So we're just going to delete those for now. Now it's telling me my average percentage in maths, sorry, in fractions, I should say, is 80%. My average percentage in algebra was 60%, and energy was 100%, and in reactions was 55%. That's because I did that other test to get my average up, okay? And I'll double click that, it squashes it down. So I'll leave that for the video for today. Let me just stop.